The freedom you enjoy today in your country might not have been there if not that a particular dictator was outsmarted in 1944. From 1939 towards early 1940s, Nazi Germany was a terror to the whole world, invading lands within a blink of an eye among atrocities they inflicted on their victims. The whole world was in fear, but then something happened in 1944 that ultimately led to their defeat. Operation Fortitude was a massive deception campaign in which fake radio traffic, dummy tanks, and a phantom army led by a powerful general were used to convince Germans that invasions would be elsewhere, whereas it occurred in Normandy. This deception ensured the invasion was uninterrupted and as successful as it could be, and in the coming weeks to months, massive success was made that Germany was left with no choice but surrender. A certain Austrian man who was the mastermind of it all, the German chancellor at the time, was forced to end his own life. This is a typical example of what it means to outsmart your opponent. As written by Sun Tzu, the legendary war strategist, to subdue the enemy without fighting is the apex of skill. In the next 5 minutes, you shall be learning a few simple tricks to make you so smart that you'll be always one step ahead, 95% of people around you. Now this is not by being sneaky or manipulative, but by thinking sharper, acting faster, and staying one step ahead. Stick with me, because I'm about to break down 3 simple strategies that'll give you an edge in any situation, whether it's at work, in conversations, or even just navigating life. How to outsmart most people, not in a shady way, but by sharpening your mind and making better decisions and making them faster. These are practical guides you can start using today. I've boiled it down to 3 key strategies, and I assure you by the end of this video, you'll feel like you've unlocked a secret superpower. Number 1. Master the art of meditation. Most people rush through conversations, decisions, or arguments. They only listen so they can quickly react or respond. They do this oftentimes without paying attention well enough to hear what the other person truly says. This is an attribute you will hardly see in people who are truly smart. They take a pause, they reflect, they meditate before responding. The reason for this is simple. Taking a few seconds to think before you speak or act gives you a massive advantage. It stops you from acting from a surge of emotion. Think about it. When someone asks you a tough question or throws shade your way, your instinct is to fire back immediately and show them you are capable. But most times that's when you say something dumb or act foolishly. Next time you find yourself in such a situation, here is a better approach. Take a deep breath, count to 3 in your head, and then respond. That tiny pause lets you process what's happening. Pick your words carefully and come off as confident and in control. Footballers often do this before taking a penalty. This is so they don't shoot out of fear or elevated tension. When you see 2 people in an argument, one person shouting on top of his voice with a great agitation while the other person only gives slow and gentle reply with smiles, who would you see as the smarter person or in control? Of course you know who. Try it next time you're in a heated convo or a high-stakes moment. You'll look like the calm, collected one while everyone else is scrambling. Number 2, be inquisitive. Most people think being smart means having all the answers, but the real smartness comes from asking the right questions. Questions steer the conversation, uncover hidden info. Questions open you up and broaden your mind. No wonder Voltaire, the legendary French philosopher, said we should rather judge a man by his questions rather than his answers. Here's how you can apply this. Instead of accepting things at face value, ask why they are the way they are. When they present you with money-making opportunity, for example, try and ask how it works instead of following the enticement of profits. This approach not only opens you up to loads of information, it as well allows you see through false business plans and through frauds. It helps you realize when people are lying and when they are genuine. Questions are your secret weapon. Use them to control the room. Number 3, Remember, nothing is guaranteed. The average person would make decisions based on emotions or black and white thinking. The average person never gives room for acknowledgement of shades of gray. They be like, this will definitely work, or this is never gonna work. But smart people play the odds. Here's what I mean. When you are making plans with so much faith that it will work out, also give room for a possibility of such plans not working out, so you don't get entirely thrown off balance when it happens by chance. This is what is known as Plan B. For example, the average person would think it's best to quit their job so as to focus on a new side hustle, only to get frustrated when this side hustle doesn't boom as they had expected. On the other hand, combining the both till this side hustle has grown solidly is a more thoughtful approach. To be able to outsmart everyone else is to stay way steps ahead of them. Planning ahead for possible failures would give you this advantage over people who do not. That's all for now. Remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.